Welcome back, guys. This is post-election day. We have some results, but obviously things are not fully resolved. So what I got here is an interactive map that we're going to look at. Currently, the way I have it set up is that the predictions and where they're leaning, this is going to be the outcome if it continues on that trend. Not too long ago, Wisconsin was given to Biden, and that kind of gave him a big jump with that just because previously it looked a little bit more like this, which meant that it was up for grabs. But now that they did officially call Wisconsin for Biden, Trump is losing the amount of places that he can get to get his victory. Places still in question are Alaska, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. So Trump has to win more than what he already is projected to win. So he's got two pretty much options left, and that's if he gets what he's supposed to get. So I figured I'd do this video to just kind of play around with it some, maybe just look at different outcomes and how it might look. So I did want to start with looking at the different numbers of some of these places. So like for an example, right here is Nevada. Trump is only down by 8,000 votes, and it's a 75% of the votes have been in. So there's still, Trump could come back and win that. I would say Trump could come back and win that. And the nice thing about this little map is it tells you where the, see, you still got 25% coming from all those places. These are more Trump dominated. So as you see, Nevada's pretty, if there's city, it's Biden, not by much for that county. Somewhere like even Las Vegas is quite close. But yeah, as you see, Nevada's a pretty big battleground. If Trump were to win Nevada, though, let's go ahead and see what that would look like. That would change the complete result of the election. He would end up winning. As of now, Biden is on that path to victory. Other little notable things is I've seen a lot of people talking about Arizona being flipped. If Arizona gets flipped, Trump wins. So if you kind of get where I'm going with this, like just for fun, let's go ahead and say Trump does fully win Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, and Alaska. And then Biden fully wins Michigan and Nevada. That's a Biden victory. Trump has to take one of these two states or flip Arizona. Now, something I read from the Associated Press was that President Donald Trump's campaign says it's suing to temporarily stop the vote count in Pennsylvania, claiming lack of transparency. Using this little map, I believe the area that's kind of really in question is probably areas like Philadelphia, where, yeah, he's, as you see, Trump's got a lead in Pennsylvania, but in Philadelphia County, he's not doing too well. If you really look at these kinds of maps, it just shows you how much is city versus rural areas. So just even for fun, I'm going to use my home state, Maryland. I live in Washington County. We are 60% for Trump and then 37% for Biden. The state or the county I go to school in, Frostburg State University, you're looking at 72% compared to 25%. And if you go, I do this little road up there that dips into the even further county, you get up to 79% being for Trump. So that is, and this is mountains. This is at Maryland, Appalachia. And then as you go further south, you get Frederick County is really, really battleground. And then once you get down into Montgomery County, it's a blowout. It's like how Garrett County is, but for Biden. And it's always been like that. In fact, actually just something interesting to look at. one of the, not the most, but a pretty gerrymandered district is District 6 of Maryland, my home district. And it loops like this down, and then it captures just a little bit of the city of Frederick, and then comes down in here to Montgomery County. So, for an example, David Trone won our election versus Neil Parrott. But if you guys are not from Maryland or from District 6, it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at... this is a close one. North Carolina is definitely close. I mean, it's 80,000 off. But they do have 94% of the votes in, it looks like. So that one might be getting called soon, but it is still close. Let's go back to that interactive map. So it's pretty much looking like... Well, before I go back to that, what is Michigan at? Man, these are getting close. Yeah, it looks like, what is that, 70,000? 70,000 off for Michigan. So the two places that Trump needs to win, you're looking at... I keep flipping back to that. You're looking at 70,000 off and 8,000 off. And, I mean, these could be big changings. I mean, that's a Biden loss and a Trump victory. And then the same with that. So, could come down to Nevada, but now let me play around with this a little bit different. Let's say Biden did win PA. What would it take for Trump then would have to win Michigan and Nevada, along with Georgia and North Carolina and Alaska. If Biden ends up getting PA, it's probably in the bag for Biden. So crazy how it keeps lining up to be 268 and 270. So this might be in the bag if Biden can get PA, which was... There's a decent bit of a difference, but there's a lot of... And I don't know what's going to come out of Donald Trump trying to stop the counting of PA. I thought I saw something for Wisconsin, too. Oh, yeah, I also just want to say split ticket voting is in Nebraska, which, if you don't know where that is, is right here. And then there's also split ticket voting in Maine. Just a little sidebar. It's not winner take all fully. It's more proportional. So Trump won one for Maine, and Biden won one for Nebraska. So for the sake of just, this was kind of confused me with the question mark there. I don't know why there is one on that. But from everything I read, Trump had one in Maine, and Biden had one in Nebraska. Yeah, so this is pretty much where it's all heading. I thought it'd be cool to do a little mess around with the interactive map to see what different outcomes could look like. It's looking like Biden definitely has a lead right now. Do I think Biden is... Just depends on how Nevada turns out. I mean, I could be wrong. This is the first time I've ever tried to be a political analysis in this regard. But, I mean, 8,000 votes with more votes coming in, that it's up for grab. So, in other news, it does look like the Senate is being led by Republicans. Can I pull up a map for that? I haven't tried this yet. Oh, wow, look at that. So far, there's 2 independents. So there's 3 more seats. 3 more seats need filled for it to be a fully done thing. My Screen is hard to see with that. Yeah, screw it. But yeah, the AP's got a little thing here of what's all happened today. Sorry if the camera's shaky too. It's because it's sitting on a box. And I'm not used to using my computer, shaking the table, so. House Representatives, definitely leaning more Democrat by a decent margin. Yeah, it definitely seems like we're going to have more, it's going to be Republican Senate, more likely. But not definite, because this race is pretty close here at the Senate. You got 48 to 47. I mean, you got 3 more people to come in and win. I don't know exactly where from. So Michigan and Georgia are both 16. Oh, I think I just figured out how it can be a. That's how you. Oh, it can be a 269, 269. I didn't think it could be. Oh, wow. Okay, so if President Trump gets North Carolina and Joe Biden gets Michigan, or I said that backwards. If Trump gets Michigan and Biden gets North Carolina, then it could be a little, as you guys can see, 270 is what you need to win. You need to acquire 270 votes out of the Electoral College. I didn't realize that there was a way. Even if, I didn't think that it would end up like that. That's actually interesting. Just hypothetically, I think it's doubtful to say Trump losing PA and gaining Nevada, but with all these being close, you don't really know. They're not being called yet because they're not positive on who's going to win it. Yeah, they can say who's leaning, but yep, guys, this is where we are at with the 2020 election. Wisconsin, Wisconsin kind of just, they got called in the middle of the day. Wonder which one will be next. I'll be trying to do updates. Follow us on social media. We got Instagram. I think it's, real good, or it's going to be Weigh In on Truth. We got a website that I would like to make a video about and have a link to. It's not too professional yet, but I have worked on it some. So check us out on Twitter, Facebook. Look at Real Truth Media. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you.